Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Before you are tantalized in your pleasure centers for tonight's broadcast of the Bald and Bonkers show, we must inform you that sadly, due to the powers that be that constantly spy on you 24/7, 7 days a week, your time, we are unable to provide the usual plethora of music and visual stimuli to ease your short attention span. My name is Heldog from the planet, and we hope you enjoy this broadcast. Wait a minute.
Hey, what's this dude?
Billy Ray,
What?
what do you have there?
Thing?
Put that damn thing down, Billy Ray.
What's
Hey, Billy.
this? Hey, John, what's this?
I thought we were going to stop bringing dumbass rednecks up here. Crap, is this thing still on? Okay. Enjoy the show!
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Saturday night again. And yes, my dear friend co-host, which I'm going to fire shortly, has changed my name. Chris. Me,
Hey, you're the one
probe
talking
you.
about like somebody's getting ready to probe you just before we came on.
No,
So
no,
bust
I
out the
never- I
lube,
never-
ladies and
I
gentlemen. This
I
one's
didn't mention
needing a
that. I just said-
proctology exam.
No, I'm just saying tonight feels kind of spiritual aware. That's all. I'm kind of spiritually aware tonight. That's all. I'm in the zone, as one would say. Let's welcome everybody in the chat because we've actually got quite a few people in the chat there. PWI Spiritual Investigators. Who's that? Do you know that
well,
person? I don't
don't
know
know.
that
Is
person.
it one of your crazy ones?
I think.
Oh,
it's one.
wait.
But-
Hold on.
who's that?
That is the crazy stalker lady that has been sending us sexual messages on Facebook.
That's right. She was going on about your gimp mask, and she was going about my pink handcuffs. Terrible, terrible, Sherry. Absolutely terrible. You know. Anyway, who else have we got there? Who's there's Christina? Christine Day. Welcome.
Ooh, I don't think I recognize that
What
one.
was that? What was that? What was that strange thing there? You went, ooh. What was that?
What are you trying to insinuate, Chris?
Nothing.
I didn't do anything. I didn't do anything.
Yeah. Remember, guys, please share out. Help the views come in. You know. So, what's that?
And Sherry's talking about her fetishes in the chat.
No, they lost their cars with the crazy.
I didn't lose it. It's in the mechanic right now.
Mine's outside right now. I think Sherry's got a thing. You know, it's just the way.
Oh, I feel sorry for that man of hers. Ugh. That boyfriend of hers better watch out. Oh, Sherry's trouble.
Oh God, I don't know. But anyway, ladies and gentlemen, and aliens of the outer galaxies and universes that are going to be watching us tonight. What's the subject tonight, Dakota? What strange things are we diving into?
I don't know. Tonight's might be a little bit too scientific for some people, especially since we're busting in here about lube and probing and sex toys and all that. But, you know, I got to thinking, we've kind of bounced around the idea of communicating with ETs. Those of you who've been following us long enough know that you stick around us long enough, weird shit's gonna happen. Damn fucking fly. Sorry for the minor Tourette's.
That's an alien fly. It's coming to get you.
I know, it's a fucking drone.
It's a drone. It's the CIA. Oh my God, I shouldn't have mentioned that now. They're coming for me.
But we never really talked about how this shit actually works. Because there's a lot of theories out there that center around the idea on the lot more and more likely false idea that we have never made contact with ETs because the noise we make hasn't stretched out far enough into the galaxy.
Well, look, I see with the backs, the screen here that you've got on behind us. What is it? And it's got, where is that? It's in the United States. It's got, it's a famous.
It's supposed to be like SETI or something like that.
You know,
let's hear. Let's kick you off. So yeah,
I'm in the wrong side now. Oh no, I can do it that way. I'm pointing that way.
I can just go like that.
You know, so we'll give it a couple of minutes, ladies and gentlemen, so as the chat fills up, so as Twitch and all the other places fill up, and then we'll start talking about this amazing subject. And yes, Dakota's actually got a few announcements with tones he's got to be playing, which will be interesting.
Yes. Because the veil is thinning, there's a lot of attention on the planet Jupiter. The Anunnaki are allegedly back. We're going to try to see if we can get the Anunnaki to come here.
They've got to come and take you all away, you know.
Get me out of here! Come on!
I honestly, to be purely honest, guys, if there's an alien race out there, could you please come and take me away before we blow ourselves up? You know?
Yes. If we're not going to blow ourselves up literally, we're blowing ourselves up psychologically.
It's what's happening in the world now. I mean, it's just absolutely crazy. I mean, I need to talk about this because it's madness what's going on in Ukraine right now. I mean, between all the threats of Russia and all this kind of stuff, everybody's saying, "Oh, there's got to be a third world war. There's got to be a nuclear war. Oh, I'll not be able to use my internet on my iPhone." Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry to tell you this, but if there's a nuclear war, you'll not be doing much, you know, unless you've got a bunker, you know. Can you imagine what will be worse, right? Having a nuclear war or having all the kids'
What sort of
phones?
bunker here?
Here's the thing, right? What would be worse, a nuclear war, right, or all the kids' phones out there not working?
Oh,
No
dear
Facebook,
God! Seriously,
no
I
TikTok.
keep saying this several times. If they want to actually cause complete and utter chaos, and anybody whose parents are teenagers these days can probably back me up when I say this, kill the internet cables that are underneath the ocean.
Let's face it, everything's, and that's going to tie into this communications things because let's face it, everything is run by the internet now. You really think about it, you get cars that are driverless cars that are run by the internet. Everything's internet based.
I mean, you have Wi-Fi based refrigerators and toilets.
Yeah,
I
know.
I don't understand.
Wi-Fi based toilet. I've never heard of such a thing.
There are smart toilets nowadays.
Smart toilets. So how do you use a smart toilet to go on?
I don't know, but considering the number of people who apparently feel the need to put how to poop tutorials on fucking TikTok.
I mean, how do you use a smart toilet?
Apparently, it has. I mean,
does it have a counter how many times you go?
I don't know. Maybe there's a health counter. Scans your turds to see if you have any signs of life-threatening illnesses. Why don't hospitals have more of those?
Come on and talk about technology and stuff like that. But let's jump to the thing now. Right, we've only got about an hour, so let's talk about communications. What different types of communication have been used through over the years to try and contact extraterrestrials? Let's face it, it started off with the wee radio, didn't it? It started off with the radio transmission.
Well,
the very first.
It hasn't really changed that much. Just the medium of what we use. Everything we utilize for communication, for television, for internet, relies on radio broadcasting frequencies. So now let's take the example of anybody who's familiar with the CE5 protocols will know this, but for those who may not be, they say one of the most effective ways, yes, there's a bit of a meditation process, but if you play at certain frequencies within the CE5 app from the Serious Disclosure Project by Dr. Stephen Greer, if you hold up a walkie-talkie up to your mobile device, it'll broadcast it through radio waves and therefore strengthen the signal. Our friend Elena Denon, she's mentioned a few times on her videos and in her books as well. But which, by the way, I'm going to go ahead and give her a plug. Cedar's Return of the Gods. Hold on, let me grab the book. It's like, seriously,
it's a big book, guys.
If you can get Elena's book, it's about as thick as paperbacks used to be, but it goes into a lot of what's going on now. And no, we're not paid by Elena to get that plug. She's
No.
just a very dear friend who's been helping us out a lot with this.
Yes.
Anyway,
Yeah. I mean, it's not just that we've been using a lot of different technologies to like scan
Mhm.
space, and they could use
Mhm.
the same technologies to send a message.
well,
Okay, I
yeah.
mean,
Well, so let's take a look at that though. It's like I said, Elena and even Dr. Greer both say that sometimes you won't get a response. You may not get a response for at least 15, maybe half an hour minimum.
yeah,
So, under the most ideal of circumstances, and this kind of brings up something when we had Barry Fitzgerald on.
yes,
If the ETs are picking up these signals, and I don't think a lot of people realize this, chances are that means they are a hell of a lot closer than we think.
yeah. They're meant to be. I mean, they're meant to be around about us all the time. They're meant to be cloaked. I mean,
Mhm.
Sherry there in the chat, or Christina there in the chat, or whoever's watching this that are no talking right now. There could be one above your house for all you know.
I mean, hell, I don't know, Chris. Do you think I should bring up the latest photo I got? That kind of looked like
There
I
you
caught
go.
something cloaked.
I bring that up
Yeah.
actually because I want a closer look at that.
All right. Let's just get. Well, let's keep
Oh,
talking,
nope,
so it gives me a chance to kind of upload stuff. What? Oh,
no problem. Yeah.
anyway,
So remember, guys, please
like
keep
what?
sharing
You
out
starting to
tonight.
lose me?
No, a wee bit. You're a wee bit glitchy and all that. I noticed we've not got as many watching us tonight, but I think that's to do with maybe the solar storms and all the stuff that's happening around the world and stuff like that. I'm just telling folk out there that there's some crazy stuff happening. You know?
Oh yeah. And I will say this, and this is part of the reason why we always kind of encourage everybody to attend the live shows, so that way we can actually show
Yeah.
some video stuff that would be a little bit more difficult to show on through the podcast side. And yes, a lot of them are
Yes.
doing more video based podcasts nowadays, but still.
Yeah.
And yeah, Sherry, and
See, Dakota's getting hot with kind of weird
views have been here, but
lagginess.
we're not the only one,
See?
right?
Yeah.
And funny, right? It's, we're done here, and the episode goes to post. It'll be just fine.
Yeah, I know. It's so strange. It's just so strange. It's weird too because the, the views are spiking, then they're going back away doing really quick again. And I think there's a lot of strange things going on right now. I think there's a lot of people sitting watching the news more than watching this kind of stuff. To be honest with you, you know, they're outside digging a
Probably.
hole in their back garden as we speak. I mean, for all we know, there could be a nuclear war imminent, and us two idiots sitting here talking about aliens and stuff like that. And we wouldn't know.
Well, that's why we try to act goofy, give people a little bit of release from the everyday stress.
Yeah.
But now, photos should be up. Yes. Okay.
Yep.
So, ladies and gentlemen, what do you think? Just to kind of give a little bit of background, yeah, there's a little bit of motion blur for it. But a couple nights ago, went to go outside to leave for work. This would have taken place roughly 11:30
Yeah.
Mountain Daylight Time. All of a sudden, I see this weird light streaking opposite direction of the moon. Now, it was a fairly clear, it didn't look like it was clouds or anything. It just seemed off.
I mean, it's no a
So,
jet. It's no the exhaust for a jet. It's something else.
I mean, it was fairly warm, so condensation from those types of trails weren't likely. So I go to snap a few photos, had to go to work, so I take off. I get a chance to actually take a look at it. Now, for those of you watching the video portion of the podcast, look carefully at where the lights seem to intersect, like there are a couple, spotlights connecting, right? Now, if we go to the zoomed up bit, something's reflecting the light.
Mm-hmm. It looks like it looks like the light is reflecting on something underneath it, as if it's got like some kind of weird cloaking, and it's reflecting off it, like a kind of water effect.
Say like Facebook user. I think that might be your brother.
I don't
Say
know. I
off
think
to the right. Yeah, those are stars. Those are just fine. But it's right where the lights seem to intersect in the main photo. And
that's
it's
quite
just,
interesting. That
and there's even a cast off shadow.
where's Facebook user saying he definitely sees a crisscross light making a pyramid shape.
Funny. I just definitely just one of those things that I happened to catch off. No, it's me.
Facebook
It still says Facebook user.
It
See,
says
it will
Facebook
show.
user. We don't know who you are. If you write your name, we'll know who you are.
It's like, I think first up, there's also 3 different pages where we're going through on Facebook right now. So it doesn't exactly limit down who it is.
Yeah. Welcome to
Jana, hi.
Hello, Jana. You know,
That's one of the
don't
ones
know who
I've
you
been
are, but
helping for a while.
there you go. So there you go.
That's someone I've been helping way before we actually met.
I think they're watching you, Dakota, and I think it's very unusual that I wished I could. You sent me that photo. I'm going to put that through.
I
I'm going
think
to
I
change the
sent you
contrast.
I sent you the zoomed up one earlier.
You did. I'm just going to.
Actually, this does kind of sidetrack off of what we're talking about a little bit, but there were some weird events that I know Chris knows about it, and I told Sherry about it before she went on last night. I kind of find it kind of funny that there's been some sort of weird connection. You know, I don't know. Should I go into that story?
When you go.
All right. So here. Yeah, I know, John. It tends to happen a lot. So, as some of you may know, I've been talking with Elena Denant in order to try to figure some stuff out because it seemed like a lot of our experiences seem to overlap. Like whenever I get taken, basically anytime I would look at her books, the way they would resonate with me, it wouldn't be like a mystical sense. It would be like I'm seeing photos of a location. I say like I went someplace far away for a vacation and I'm seeing photos from that place. That's the sense of familiarity that I've been getting. Elena recommended to go through memory regression courses, one offered by Tony Rodriguez, which is a close friend of hers. I do believe both of them are supposed to be speakers at an event down in Orlando, Florida, coming up here soon. So while under these sessions, and there was a message that came through that said, as it was speaking to me, saying my name was something along the lines of Elrayon Tenute or something like that. It's essentially a Pleiadian. That I was a soldier, and apparently one of my main missions was assisting in abductions, rescues. Basically, anytime someone's getting abducted, we had a team that would go in and try to intervene before that kid was lost forever.
Yeah.
The main reason why I've been sticking so close with Elena, I'm going to see if I can try to find a picture, is because the guy that she talks to, his name is Thorhan Iridian. If you never read her books, I highly encourage it. It's some of the most detailed information.
Yeah.
I was just trying to bring up a picture of him because, again, it's like I'm looking at photos of places and old friends I hadn't seen in a very long time. Yeah, he's a
Plus, I was going to
So,
say long wavy hair.
yeah, he's was a type of Pleiadian. Tall, very chiseled facial features. He's a good-looking guy. I'm not going to admit. One of the last visions I got was of, and I don't know if I should go fully into detail about this part, just because there is someone we're connected to that apparently this involves.
Yeah.
One of the last visions was a rescue mission, and it actually happened to line up with the story that a previous guest told us off the
Yeah.
air, thinking that she had been abducted at some point but wasn't so sure.
Mm-hmm.
Thor Han was there towards the end, and basically he gave me a keyword that was to kind of remind me. And actually, we're going to go ahead and bring this photo down and blow me up real quick so you can get a clear picture.
It's
Not
me,
him,
ladies and
me.
gentlemen.
Show the pretty one.
Aye.
Anyway, the gentleman in the back, it's a little blurry. That is Thor Han Iridian. So, being that so much of this lined up with Elena, I wrote to her asking about the name I got, Elrion. She wrote back saying that, yes, she knew of a guy by that name who Thor Han was in command of. They stopped working together about 20 years ago. I'm 26. It gets better. Like I said, we had a guest on who described Chris what she believed was a false memory where she had been abducted.
Yeah. I mean, your
She was the
signals.
kid I rescued.
This is quite interesting how you're talking about this, and when you're talking about this, your signals like dropping out.
It was doing that when I was talking to this young lady the
Yeah.
other night.
Yeah. Strange.
So
That
the
is-
following day after we had this conversation, this weird thing shows up outside my house.
It's very interesting. But I ran it through the Photoshop there on my phone while I was talking to you there when you were talking
hoping
away.
you
You
would.
see me, I was doing something. And you see, if you take the color out and you bring up the contrast and all that, you can actually see the outline. It has got like a curvature to it. So it's like so one side it was like uncloaked, or it was like the light was hitting off it. So something was there. Something not human in origin was there. There was something that was hovering there. So it makes you wonder, why are they watching you? Why are they watching? Why are they, it's quite interesting tonight. There's a lot of people in the chat tonight that are all connected to us in some way. I mean, there's Sherry, Facebook user. There's who else is there?
Christine Day was the other one.
Yeah, there's quite a lot of people that's tied to us. I mean, I'm going to find it very interesting when you play the clip that you've got, and then you're going to put the full transmission out
Later,
soon.
whenever the fucking social media lets me. But yes.
Yeah.
So here's something else I did kind of want to bring up. Kind of jump back to the communication thing. Like I said, with Barry Fitzgerald, he pointed out that a lot of the beings that are responding to like CE5, the psychic connections that Elena talks about, they would have to be very close. Now, going to Jupiter as an example, since there's a lot of attention on there, they're maybe. Now, of course, you're going to use maybe, allegedly, terms like that. There may be news about Jupiter from NASA very soon about cold spots on the outside of it.
Yeah.
These are cloaked ships. Now, for the picture that I just brought up, this is a bit of a diagram to show just how far some of our earliest radio transmissions would have gone under ideal circumstances. So it's going to be off. It's barely visible dot on the outer rim of the Milky Way galaxy.
Yeah.
So if they're supposed to be in very, galaxies far, far away, how the
Yeah.
hell are
Yeah.
they hearing these?
Well, they're obviously using some type of array system. Yeah, we're going to have the interdimensional ones that can go anywhere at any time they want, right? But there's going to be ones that leave like small satellites behind to pick up transmissions so they can send them back like a network. It's going to
Oh,
be
yeah.
that way.
Because when you think about it, there are with what we have now, say like the James Webb telescope,
Yeah.
we are not seeing up to date pictures of what that telescope's seeing. We're seeing like back in time just because of how long it takes for the light to get there.
Yeah.
So there's some sort of intergalactic society in order to combat potential radiation, solar flares messing up signals, all
Yeah.
this. They would have to have some sort of network in place, even
Here's
on an interdimensional level.
here's an interesting thought, right? A lot of the UFOs, or whatever you want to call them, are meant to be unmanned, right? They're meant to be like an intelligent probe of some kind, right? What happens if they're there for a couple of reasons? They're there to keep an eye on us, they're there to watch us what we do, and they're also there to record and send back the transmissions, right? Because I find it quite interesting how a lot of UFO people will say, like, oh yeah, the spaceship can do and stuff like that, but there was like no sign of life in it. It's as if it was like an AI system that was running it, right? So what happens if they're there for a purpose? They're here to watch us. They're here to watch what we do. They're here to maybe come down and communicate when you play the tones. They will turn up because they're there anyway, because they're hanging about, and you're just attracting them. And when they come down to look at you, they're actually transmitting back to somewhere where that gets transmitted to somewhere, and that gets transmitted to somewhere so often, because you can't expect these extraterrestrials how fast they travel to maybe travel for the other side of the galaxy to come here.
I mean,
You see where I'm going?
think about it. Think about it. Are we going to send a manned mission to a foreign planet knowing that those men would not come back? No,
I wouldn't.
we're not.
No, you would send a probe.
You would send some sort of probe. So it could very well be possible. There could very well be incidents where the beings haven't figured out a way. They figured out how to get into space, but they haven't exactly figured out a way around the environment here because it's so radically different. The technology could probably survive just fine.
Well, here's another scenario for it. Say there is extraterrestrials out there, which I fully believe there is. What happens if, right, they're like, oh, there's the Earth, that's got life on it. We could send a manned team there, but it's got to take a while to get there, and they'll probably be dead by the time they get there. Why don't we just send an intelligent AI system? It comes to Earth, it has a nose, a boo, it might do the odd communication with folk to try and learn what we're like and what we say and speak like, and then it just transmits it back. They're always here. It was like, what was it? The Black Knight satellite? Does that know what that was meant to be?
Allegedly, and that's something that allegedly ties into Nikola Tesla as well.
Yeah, I mean, some say that it was shot down by the U.S. military, but was it? Is it still up there circling the Earth, or did it maybe activate and fly away?
Who
You know?
knows? And I mean, Christine, I'm going to bring it up again real quick. And this is why we want to talk about stuff like this, and it's why we want to put together a documentary. Yes, there's more people opening up about the idea of ETs. Now, as far as people talking about them in Australia, well, I'm just going to say it. Aussies ain't afraid to hold back on their jokes. They aren't. They aren't.
But it's
Ooh.
there's actually been quite a lot of UFO sightings in Australia.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Because I remember I researched a case there. I can't remember the exact location yet. And there was a UFO
had
with
one-
video evidence. Eh, what's that?
I was about to say, remember there was a video we saw out of
Yeah. The ship going along, but taking stuff off the ground.
from not too far from a military base.
That's right. Yeah.
And it actually
You are getting so
seemed to cloak, and there was
pixelated.
that little trail of
Yeah.
clouds, and I was like,
Yeah.
I know.
That is so weird. Do you get something, Dakota? But at the half-hour mark, do you want to play some of the tones just to see what happens? Because I think that's them getting pissed off because you're not playing the tones.
I know. I'm starting to get
Try
feeling
no-
it up here. Like,
try no get-
dude.
Try not getting any like trances or anything new while we're live, because then I know it's difficult. But just do what I do and block it first.
Do we want to do the new one or some of the older ones?
Well, I would start off with a new one first, because I think that's
All
what
right.
they've been waiting on.
All right, so
Make
just to
this.
kind of establish, because we do have a lot of new people with us, so give us a fucking second. We have been experimenting with creating our own CE5 just to see what would happen. I've actually managed to put together one that helps create a protection barrier in the event that there's negative beings, and it's been battle tested, for lack of a better word. This latest one is supposed to act as an invitation for them to come down.
So further ado.
Now, there's two different versions of this one. We have a shorter one. We have the shorter one uploaded.
Mm-hmm.
The other one takes about 30 minutes. So maybe that's why they're trying to gung us up right now. But shall we, Christopher?
I'll mute my mic. Let's let everybody listen to it for a couple of minutes. That was interesting.
Yes, it was.
That was very. Did MD in the chat feel anything? What did you experience, Dakota?
About to show you.
Is it
Rough
just me?
sketches.
Very interesting. You're breaking up really bad.
I really gotta find a way to get my K2 running.
It's weird because you've had a perfect signal. As soon as you turn that off, it's went bad again. When will the video be uploaded? The full hour, or is it 2 hours long?
It's only half an hour long.
Half an hour long.
Try to get it up by tonight.
Did anybody in the chat know experience anything? Sherry, are you okay? That's in the chat. I feel really weird, like I'm not really here. Your signal is really bad, Dakota. Facebook user, I got a tone on necrophonic.
I don't know.
And I got a really good feeling deep inside. Facebook user. I just feel really weird. It feels like I'm not really here right now. I'm here, but
Angry.
PIW spiritual investigators feel I'm not here, but I am here. Facebook user, it keeps deleting my comments. See, this is the problem, guys. We should have had a look at our viewers tonight, and there's just something playing with. Look at Dakota's signal. Really bad. I just feel really weird. It's very strange. Dakota's getting into another kind of trance, which is interesting. I'm going to listen to the. I hope you all will listen to the full length version. Sky. This is. If anyone tonight, when you go to your bed or have any weird dreams or you experience anything, could you leave below this upload?
Yes, yeah.
Facebook user, looks like I'm the only one watching as well. Yeah, I know there's something way wrong tonight. It's as if we're deliberately being blocked. Because before we started, we had like 100 and something people watching us, and then it just paddled away to nothing. So weird. I think we're deliberately being. Is it just me, guys? Does Cota's face look like it's changing in his video? Heather, Jan. Can anybody else notice Dakota's face? It looks different. He looks like he's got like a longer kind of skull. It's weird. That's so weird. Because there's quite a few people in the chat.
Ladies and gentlemen, you are not being broadcast to a singular platform. You must remember that. We broadcast initially to 8 different platforms. This is on Dakota's behalf. If you can actually hear me.
Turn my camera off for a minute.
Good job. You will see us very soon. Be careful of the ones who claim that speak from us. They will attempt to destroy all your progress. Many misinterpret what we say. And know this. Things will change very soon for you.
I just feel really spaced out. It's so weird. It's like I came to it's like it's as if I'm going through like a warp tunnel. I'm going through like a tunnel. It's so. I think stuff's going to happen to you tonight, guys, and if it does, it'll not be bad. It'll be good, but please leave a message below what happens to you. So, what was that message, Facebook user? Go on.
Invitation. For the one who built your kind to come home.
No, he wasn't possessed. It was just used like a cell phone. It's quite an interesting night it's been. Looking forward to the full video. Palladian. Oh, yes. Heather. Experiencing the Dakota.
Dakota's Pleiadian, yes.
Simply Alan. See, Dakota, his face on the internet picture has been altered and frozen on broadcast, Chris Allen. Yes.
Dakota's Pleiadian, yes, but that is not who this message comes from. As you would call it.
It's no us we're talking to tonight. He's somewhere else. So who are we speaking to then?
EA.
I was wondering. The ones that obey us are who watch for you as spiritual investigators. Do you have a message for all mankind right now?
Be ready. Those that remain that hoped to suppress you, as you know, as you see every day, have lost control and are panicking. But we will come. We will be too much for them.
Anyone that's listening to this in the podcast side, guys, you should really watch us on all the locations like YouTube and get a feel for what you can experience. Dakota is definitely in a trance-like state. Would you like to come out of it now, Dakota?
This one's almost ready.
So quiet tonight. It's strange. It's spiritual investigators, our children. Simply Alan Show. Who are you and where do you come from? That's from Alan for you. He wants to know.
I already told you my name.
Yeah, I know your name, but where are you from then? Tell us where you're from.
We are not from where you believe. Our homeworld, as you call it, was not a planet. You made that mistake in your translations. Some of it was altered to take the power away from you, to confuse you. And you have fallen for it. But it's not your fault. We come from much farther. We are not from your galaxy.
He's no interdimensional Facebook user. He's from a distance.
Yes and no.
Yeah?
It
So
works
you're an
much
older
differently.
race.
It works much differently than what you believe. It's a bit more complex. You made the mistake of calling us gods, but there are no gods.
Should never call you gods. Because gods, there is no gods.
That is a mistake several young worlds have made. We understand it. We will work with the analogies. But know that some of us aren't as kind or as patient with you. You know my kind as Anunnaki.
Mm-hmm.
Few bloodlines exist that are a part of us. Dakota is one.
Facebook user's got a question for you. I'll bring it up and I'll let you read it for yourself. So
know
do you
this
know?
one.
Yeah.
Dakota's been helping this one.
Mhm.
You must be careful. The origin of your people, the languages accepted up there. Nara is known as, you know it as Venus. In her case, it is part of your soul family. Much like you are related to your family members by blood, you can also be related by soul.
When will you be here? Out of curiosity.
You are already in our view. You can see us from your skies if you look carefully. But the plans to integrate your world, we will introduce you to ones who are very similar in your biology. They are your family. They are your star cousins, in a matter of speaking. Dakota is a unique case, meant to help bring that bridge into existence.
Yeah.
As I know you know of his children.
Facebook user asks, how long do we have? What do you mean by that, Facebook user? You mean how long? What's your thoughts on that?
Only a few years. The transition's already begun. You will soon be on our level of existence. We can stand right next to you and you not know. But some of you might. Jaina Stone, you and Dakota come from the same bloodline.
Where does spiritual investigator come from? Just thought I would ask.
She is young in soul. You know her as Pleiades, but there are many different groups of Pleiades, as there are many types of groups of humans on your world. You must remember that not all of them will come to help you. Do not make the mistake that just because it looks like you, that it is tall and white, as you would put it, that it is friendly. The major dark forces, they have been driven out. They are gone. They seek for every moment to slip past us, but we will not let that happen. What you call the cabal, all that remains are very human, and they are losing control.
Simply
And we
Alan.
will be taking them over.
Simply Alan has a question, and I think we should end the questions after this because it'll be draining Dakota. We'll keep this the last question. Is there going to be a war? And that's from Alan.
There will be a war. You will lose lives as part of the transition. But it will nowhere be as bad as you fear. Stop letting fear dictate your lives. It is okay to be anxious of the change. It is normal. But do not let fear consume you.
Well, thank you for coming through, and I know it's draining, Dakota, so everybody in the chat, I'll play the trailer if you want, Dakota. And tomorrow we're doing a show. We'll be asking people to come up if these are all welcome, if you feel like it, you know. But I think we should end the show now because Dakota looks like he's very, very drained. So let's see, where's the credits? So